UN chief asks India to end use of pellet guns on Kashmir children.
Here's a summary of the article.
United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has expressed concern over grave violations in Indian-administered Kashmir and has asked the Indian government to end the use of shotgun pellets against children. I call upon the government to take preventive measures to protect children, including by ending the use of pellets against children, ensuring that children are not associated in any way to security forces, and endorsing the Safe Schools Declaration and the Vancouver Principles, he said in the UN Report on Children 2021. A total of 39 children were killed and maimed by pellet guns and torture by unidentified perpetrators, crossfire between unidentified armed groups and Indian security forces, crossfire between unidentified armed groups, and grenade attacks, Indian security forces, and crossfire and shelling across the line of control, said the UN report, referring to the de facto border that divides Kashmir region between India and Pakistan. Shahida Begum says her 18-month-old daughter was hit by pellets. I urge the government to ensure that children are detained as a measure of last resort and for the shortest appropriate period of time, and to prevent all forms of ill treatment in detention, he said. Many victims were children, some as young as 19-month-old Hiba Nasir, who was injured while sitting in her mother's lap in November 2018 in a southern Kashmir village. Pakistan has called on the UN Security Council to take immediate action to protect children in conflict zones, particularly in Indian-administered Kashmir, media reports said on Wednesday. In a written statement to the UN, Munir Akram, Pakistan's permanent representative to the global body, said Indian forces have been deliberately targeting children with pellet guns, Pakistan's Dawn newspaper said.
This post received a score of 1,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Shotgun. At least in the US, that's what we call a smoothbore firearm that shoots pellets using smokeless powder. Stop shotgunning children seems like a reasonable request.
Nah, India.
If they do say that, the UN still won't do anything.
Maybe they should use rubber bullets like Israel uses on Palestinian kids and then the UN will be happy.
Why are they using it in the first place? Because they're not allowed to use real guns.
They're real guns, alright. They're using birdshot out of shotguns. The pellet size is about 2 mm. The pattern is as follows: at 3 yards it will remove a limb, but at 50 yards it's a cloud, as it has lost much of its energy. It might not be deadly to humans at that distance, but it will absolutely blind, maim if it hits a vulnerable spot.
I don't know anything about this situation, but if they're using shotguns, that's not a pellet gun. A pellet gun is a catch-all for spring, air-powered rifles. If they're using powder, it's a firearm. Why is the UN letting that happen?
Greater than why is the UN letting that happen? Because the UN is a negotiating table and has no way of enforcement without consent?
A 12-gauge pump-action shotgun is most certainly not a pellet gun. A pellet gun is a weapon that relies on air as the propellant for what are often small, metal, projectiles that fire one at a time. A shotgun is a firearm that uses gunpowder, and fires multiple small, metal, projectiles at sufficiently higher speeds than most pellet guns. From the article it appears they are using something similar to birdshot, which, although the projectiles are smaller than your average shotgun round, are often still deadly.
Using low-bore shotguns on children. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, that is one hell of a headline.
If we Indian citizens who aren't morally bankrupt try to raise concerns about things like this, we get termed anti-nationals by people who count themselves as supporters of the Modi regime.
India. What a lovely country.
Fucking disgusting.
India rapidly moving towards fascism and crazy backward policies. The current government is all act and no action when it comes to actual democratic values. Modi and his team of actors have done a great job painting a nice picture of India, until you peel the cover and look behind it.
India is a rogue country. It is ruled by thugs and racists. What do you expect?
Choda's coming in 3, 2, 1.
How dare they use guns on children? On anyone.
#SHOTGUN #FTFY
Okay, but did the UN make sure to say, "Pretty please," when they asked India not to maim children?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.